Doug Baldwin from Dallas, Texas. Ended up joining the Army in 2005. In Iraq, I was in an area called the Triangle of Death. Spent 15 months there.
Doug and I were in the same infantry company. He was always so happy.
I have that ability to relate to people, and they are drawn to my personality, and they look to me for guidance or leadership or whatever it is they're looking for. You think you might die, and you process all that. It was a very challenging time. Lots of small engagements, a couple of really long sustained firefights over 24 hours. I think was the longest one. When I got back, my brain was stuck in that hyperdrive. You just sit inside and you hide from everything because every interaction that you've had with a human being since you've been back has been negative.
I'd be surprised that Doug would even get out of bed and brush his teeth, and I didn't know what to do with it. That's not my specialty. All I know is if you're not bleeding, if you're not dying, I couldn't help you. That was Doug. He wasn't bleeding, he wasn't dying, he was essentially killing himself.
I could see that Doug was at the end of his road. He was having fights, he was getting thrown out. He was not far from being unable to support himself.
I had no friends and I couldn't get out of bed, and I was contemplating suicide. It seems like it's impossible to come back from that, but
But you did.
Yeah, and that's only because there's a lady who runs a charity in San Diego, and she had partnered with the Research and Recognition Project to try this study. And then when I finally realized, like, hey, this isn't getting any better, so I went and I did it. I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, we're gonna teach you how to act differently when you feel this way, but it wasn't that at all. You still have the memories, you lose the pain and the weight that's attached to them.
This is not psychotherapy. This is using what looks like cognitive therapy to make a neurological intervention. The memory is stored in a way that you feel a terror when you run that memory. You try and talk about it, you're feeling you can't stop. We're changing elements of the actual memory itself.
I had not been able to sleep, nightmares, flashbacks, and after the first treatment, I didn't feel tired, I didn't feel agitated. I felt better.
He's back from realizing that he's almost dead, huh? You hear him talk about it. He doesn't say, Frank cured me or this thing. He says, thank you, etc. But this enabled me to fix myself.
I just had my first child 11 weeks ago. Hands down, coolest human being on the face of the earth. I was interning for a congressman, spent about 8 months doing that, and I just got hired onto a full-time position.
I mean, this guy is now in the political world, in a world where he can help and make change happen. I mean, he's one heartbeat away from Washington, D.C. There is an asset that we need. We are bringing home veterans that are highly trained, highly effective, highly skilled people. They know how to lead. They know how to show up on time. They have tremendous skills that we can use.
For the first time in a long time, I feel like my life has purpose and opportunity. It's a really good feeling.
Our purpose is to get this needed protocol to the people in the United States and around the world who need it.
We need help. We need to build a bigger network and a bigger tribe to get all these guys and women home and give them the peace and dignity they deserve.
We need to get funding to get this program out there and to be able to get a place to bring veterans into. The same way when you're fighting in combat, the infantrymen do the fighting, but without support, nothing will get done. The bullets won't be sent, the water won't get there, the food won't get there. I mean, it's a team effort. This is a way to help and to give back to some of the most deserving people on the face of the earth.
If there's anything that I can say to any donors, is just thank you for giving me my brother back. Because I love him and I missed him. So I'm glad I got him back.